Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Matthew Nickerson, Sanji Global Consulting, where I talk about the 3 M's, that is money, motivation, and millennials. I have the crazy hair today. I just wanted to say this is what COVID has brought me. I used to have the Cristiano Ronaldo part, but apparently this is what 6 to 7 months of growing your hair out does. So my apologies on the hair. But more important than the hair, I wanted to get into the concept. You see, I am by my platform here where I do a lot of my internet consulting. I've got my podcast mic. I've got the little pop filter. I have the Logitech C920S that I just recently picked up that allows me to edit and speak on Zoom and Skype type of calls. But the subject that I wanted to talk to you about today, and the most important thing for 2020 as we end this year off and go into the next year, is I wanted to give you the importance of why you should buy crypto. The reason why buying crypto is so important in the year 2020 is because we are in the beginning stages of a technological revolution. Now, when I was growing up, my father was an engineer who dealt a lot with robotics, and he told me about a book called The End of Work. And in that book, it talked about robotics and AI. It was written in the 70s or 80s. But if you think about it, there hasn't been a huge change in our monetary system and how we deal with money. If you look at the dollar bill and you look at fiat currency, because the dollar isn't backed by gold anymore, the dollar has become essentially like DVDs. And what we're looking at now is taking our monetary system to a system like Netflix, streaming money. That's how I look at crypto a lot, is we're looking at the blockchain technology, but we're also looking at what are the use cases that allow us to send without these crony bankers or Western Union fees. And this is where crypto comes into play. But not only is it going from DVDs to Netflix, the analogy that I'm using, we are now entering a new AI and robotic future where technology is taking over our lives. And when we're looking into the Bitcoins and the Ethereums, the ones that have the biggest market caps, it makes sense that we're now moving toward a token type of society. So basically, simply put, investing in crypto is a way that you can hedge against inflation in your asset classes. So whereas our parents got nervous during the Great Depression, or our grandparents got nervous during the Great Depression, they went out and bought gold and silver because that historically held its value for many thousands of years. But millennials are changing that up, and even into the older generations looking into this cryptocurrency, and we're looking at it as a way for us to hedge against inflation, because you can't print more Bitcoin like you can the US dollar. There is a set, finite, limited amount, and with the halvings going on, which is where the mining is basically cut in half every couple of years, this is causing the supply and demand cycle to now skyrocket on the price. So this investment is actually working for you. Even though crypto markets are volatile, going up and down all of the time, which causes a lot of baby boomers and Generation X and also millennials that are trying to put money in but they're scared to lose money, it's causing it to run away from the market. But what we have to realize is that as we're approaching a more progressive and technologically advanced future, we need to be open-minded to this technology and what it means, the blockchain, and how this is going to revolutionize the world. This is the reason why I'm buying into it as well as stocks, but I'm getting so much more interested in it because of the fact that millennials are adopting this technology, and this is what's going to power the future. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? What's stopping you from putting a little bit of money now to live great later in your life? When people were investing in Amazon in the beginning, Amazon was $2 in the 1990s when Jeff Bezos was creating the company. This is no different with crypto right now. We're in the beginning stages. It's only been around for about 10 to 11 years as we are now approaching into the later part of the maturity phase as it's starting to go up. So I tell all my friends the reasons why you should invest in crypto. And there's many platforms that you can do, whether you want to do trading like Toro that you see on the YouTube ads lately, or you want to open up a Coinbase account or any other type of trading platform. Get involved with crypto. It's going to change your life, and it's something that you can hold for years and even probably pass down to our children as we get older. But investing in it now in its premature stages will allow not only for growth for you to be able to sell it or use it, but it's allowing us to buy it at a cheaper price before it skyrockets up. We have bull runs in the stock market where stocks soar, and we have these definite bull runs that have gone for years. But we've also seen bull runs in crypto, such as the 2017 bull run that was the biggest craze about Bitcoin. Now, when you're doing research on your crypto, you need to look into market caps. You need to look into case studies or usability. You definitely want to look into security. This is why I don't buy Ethereum Classic and why I buy regular Ethereum. And it's also why I buy into Bitcoin, because of the decentralized currency and not having to deal with a bunch of bankers and crony capitalists. It is also a great way to be able to send money into the future. How many people have spent so much money at Western Union trying to send money from Miami to Jamaica only to pay an $8 premium on $100? So now you're only able to send $92. It's a big problem that's going on, and why is it that we can't digitally send the money? This is where crypto comes into play, and this is why it's revolutionizing and, quite frankly, scaring the living shit out of the banking system right now. As we approach into the future, we have to get our minds prepared for the future because technology is almost advancing more than we are. And we have to get on board with this as we start to age into this and 5G starts to come around. We start to see artificial intelligence, machine learning that will help society in the biomedical field, with the IT and services sector, and to be ready for these changes. Because when you think about it, technology is actually helping us more than it's hurting us from what we see. A lot of people have benefited from medical research that has progressed throughout the years, whether it's cancer treatment. The financial and monetary system should be no different, and we should be embracing this now in the infancy stages so that we can get ready for the future and be ready for a progressive future on the horizon. This is why I tell people you should be getting invested in things now, and you should be protecting yourself rather than going out and buying gold and silver, which I do, but putting a little bit of your wealth and diversifying it. My mother said when I was young, to close this out, son, never put all of your eggs in one basket. And she was absolutely right. So why would we do that with money, with real estate, with gold? We need to diversify, and we need to adapt to technology as things change so that we can get ready for this future. If you like this content, please subscribe, please like, please let me know your comments. I will comment back. Please share this with the people that need to know this now. It is not too late to get involved. There's a lot of people that have made money if that's what you're into, and there's a lot of people hodling Bitcoin or keeping on to it for a long term and never selling it. So the choice is yours. Get involved with this now before inflation eats away at the United States dollar.